Data from the 2018 Nigeria Demographic and Health Survey revealed that an estimated 7% of household members above the age of 5, as well as 9% of those 60 or older, have some form of disability: seeing, hearing, communication, cognition, walking, or self-care. And 1% either have a lot of difficulty or cannot function at all in at least one domain. Experts are of the opinion that these estimates, while significant, are probably even higher because available data likely underestimates the prevalence. Findings, however, indicate that persons with disabilities lack access to basic services, with attitudinal barriers representing a major impediment to their socio-economic inclusion. In an effort to address this situation, the federal government established the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities in 2020. But experts insist that there is an urgent need to improve the current socio-economic situation of persons with disabilities in Nigeria. How might this be best achieved within the shortest possible time? We'll find out in the course of the program. Welcome to Nigeria Today. I am Lydia Odije Ochi. To dissect the issues around disability inclusion in Nigeria, I've now been joined by the Executive Secretary, National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, Dr. James Lalu. Welcome to the program. And just to let you know that Dr. Lalu is hard of hearing, so we have an interpreter who will facilitate this conversation with him. Okay, let me begin with my first question. From your experience, Dr. Lalu, what are the most common deprivations that people with disabilities have in Nigeria?
Thank you so very much. I want to appreciate it for this evening on this very important program. Today is start of December, International Day for Persons with Disabilities, a day that we set aside by the United Nations to celebrate ability in disability. When you look around, one of the most important deprivation for persons with disability today in Nigeria is the attitude of the society. I always believe that one thing is that once we have positive attitude, we will have the willingness, the interest to do what we can be able to do to make our society, our environment to be accommodative of persons with disabilities. Sincerely speaking, we have different human beings from the holding different positions of power here, from local government up to the federal level. What we are saying here is improving the quality of life of persons with disabilities is simply meaning transforming the entire society. And therefore, when we are targeting on transforming the entire society, everybody is a stakeholder in this business. That is why we often say the disability issue is everybody's business. Whatever position of authority you hold, wherever you are, from being a pastor to being an imam, to being a permanent secretary, to being a director, to being a business mogul, a business investor, you have a responsibility for persons with disabilities, and therefore we must do everything possible, as you rightly said, that today in Nigeria we have the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, which is a product of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Prohibition Act 2018. This commission is here, the law is there to make sure that the society becomes accommodative of the disability community in Nigeria. We are looking forward to building a Nigeria for every citizen. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, part of government's efforts to ensure disability inclusion is the establishment of the National Commission for persons with disabilities, which you heard and you rightly said. How has this helped in the last 1 year, and does it suffice?
Thank you so very much. One most important area here in promoting disability, inclusion, and governance, or whatever it is within the Nigerian society, is first of all the body language of the leader. When you look around here today in Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari happened to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. His achievement, whatever Nigeria can become, will be tied around the body language of the president. When you look here, the focus, the ambition, what the president really wants to achieve is what the goal of every business about governance will be tied to. We are saying that for persons with disabilities, we have never been lucky as we are today. Since the amalgamation of Nigeria in 1914, we have never had a president like President Muhammadu Buhari. When he came in, he accepted the Discrimination Against Persons with Disability Prohibition Act 2018. He went further again without further delay to establish the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities. Today, since the amalgamation of Nigeria, we have had independent speeches by different presidents. We have never seen where a president included disability in his own speech in 1st of October. We have never seen that except President Muhammadu Buhari. He did that in 2020 and he did that again in 2021. From 2021 speech, when you look at paragraph 90 and 91, he dedicated that to recognizing the contribution of the disability community in Nigeria. So when you tally around this, the positive body language of the president today is bringing a lot of changes. We have different MGAs today. They keep going to the head of the civil service of the federation to receive approval for weavers for their employment. When you receive your own approval of the weaver, when you look into the statement, the head of service made it mandatory that 5% of that approval for that MGA must be given to persons with disabilities. If you look around this year, we have different ministers today. A lot of them are very passionate and interested to see what they can be able to contribute in the development of quality of life of persons with disabilities in Nigeria. I can tell you, and I will still repeat it, this is going along with the body language of the leader.
It's okay.
Accordingly,
now, what precisely is the mandate of this commission?
When you look around this, if I can give you summarily, the mandate is to improve the quality of life of persons with disabilities. But extensively, when you look around, the mandate of the Commission touches on health, access to health for persons with disabilities, access to education for persons with disabilities, modification of the entire environment to achieve accessibility to the physical environment for persons with disabilities. When you look around, creating the necessary awareness for each and everybody to understand our roles and responsibility as members of the society towards contributing to the progress of the disability community in Nigeria. These are part of the mandate of the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, and therefore achieving this mandate will require all our hands to be brought into the table for us to be able to move forward. Whatever sector you are in the economy of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you have a responsibility whatsoever to contribute in the improvement of the quality of life of persons with disabilities in Nigeria.
Okay, you have told us about your mandate. How well have you been able to accomplish this mandate, given that this is a commission of people with disabilities?
Thank you so very much. When I talk about access to health for persons with disabilities, today the Commission by next week is launching a unique health insurance coverage for persons with disabilities. This health insurance coverage is expected to cover persons with disabilities across the Federation. This is just step one. It is also, there is a very heavy provision as well for the budgetary allocation for 2022, and we are hoping that by next year, the health insurance coverage for the disability community will be expanded to cover a lot of things that we're having. We have a lot of persons with disabilities today. Over 80% of the disability community are living in the rural communities, and more than than almost 90%, I fall within the line of the extreme poor within the society. So we feel that providing health coverage is one of the first opportunities to make sure that we live a healthy life. When you live a healthy life, you will start thinking about the true meaning of empowerment, and life can go along. Our commitment in education will also see us providing scholarship for persons with disabilities. The starting point for this year today, as I am talking to you now, we have started touching 3 universities in Nigeria already. The Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, the Usman Danfodio University in Sokoto, as well as the University of Ilorin. We are touching now this environment to make sure that we provide accessibility facilities in this institution. It may not be well, it may not be covered everywhere, but we have just started now. Toilet accessibility as well as accessibility to the physical environment, so that our people will go to class very, very free. Accordingly, I am happy also to announce here that the Inspector General of Police have approved the establishment of disability desk offices in the 46 police commands in Nigeria. We have partnered with the Office of the Inspector General of Police, and we must remain very, very grateful to him for accepting disability. Section 1 of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities make discrimination against persons with disabilities a criminal offense within Nigeria, and therefore for us to be able to enforce this, we must partner with the relevant law enforcement agencies to be able to put a stop to discrimination against persons with disabilities in Nigeria. Accordingly, the Office of the Controller General of the Civil Defense today in Nigeria, are also coming up to partner with the National Commission on Persons with Disabilities to be able to achieve this. We are moving forward. We are not where we used to be, but we have not achieved where we want to be, but we are still moving on. Accordingly, the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities as well is committed in the area of accessibility. We have now come up with a minimum accessibility standard. Looking at the relevant section of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disability Prohibition Act today in Nigeria, it says the 5-year moratorium is given to public buildings owners. And therefore, now by January 17, 2022, we are covering 3 years off. Now we only have 2 years. We are now using this opportunity to tell public building owners to consult the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities for technical advice on how to make their facility accessible. Our hotel owners today in Nigeria, business buildings, all of these plaza, you see them around. 5 years, the second 2 years that are remaining now will come very, very soon. So to avoid any distraction and to avoid disturbance and to avoid any punitive measures from the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, we are calling on them to consult the Commission. The Commission will provide the necessary technical advice free of charge to help you in designing and fitting accessibility facilities in your buildings so that we can move forward.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I am so impressed with all you've been able to achieve in such a short time, but I know Nigerians want to hear more from you. But let's go on a break. We shall be right back to talk more.
This is NTA News 24 broadcasting from Abuja. You can watch us anywhere, anytime on the following platforms. For more information, log on to our website www.nta.ng or join us on our social media handles, Facebook at NTA News 24.
For comments, suggestions and inquiries, send an email to news24@nta.gov.ng or call us on the following numbers.
NTA News 24,
news and more news.
Nice to know you are still there. The program is Nigeria Today, and we've been discussing disability inclusion in Nigeria with Dr. James Lalu, Executive Secretary, National Commission for Persons with Disabilities. Now let me ask you, what is your commission doing about educating people, not just disabled people, on sign language?
Thank you so very much. Sign language. Sign language is one of the very most important bridge of communication for the deaf community and the society. Today in Nigeria, when you look around, Nigerian deaf community keep borrowing the American Sign language. One of the most important things is for us to be able to harmonize. When you go to the far north, you will see the sign language carry element of Hausa in the sign language. When you go to the far southeast, it carry elements of Igbo language. When you go to the southwest, it carry elements of the Yoruba language. When you bring a deaf from the north and match him with a deaf from the southwest, they may not understand themselves. When you bring a deaf from the north and you match him with a deaf from the south, they may not understand themselves. Therefore, we feel that it is important for us to be able to harmonize this. As I am talking to you today, the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities have completed action on the production of the Nigeria Sign Language Dictionary. And the Nigerian Language Dictionary, a first edition, is going to be launched next week on the 9th of December 2021, and therefore the sign language immediately after that we are going to push for national recognition of sign language as Nigeria's second official language. When you look around this today, we want to thank the Honorable Minister, Federal Ministry for Information and Culture in Nigeria today for mandating and forcing all media houses to start broadcasting their news with sign language interpreters in the place. He is helping us to achieve the mandate of the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and to make sure that information reach out to the deaf community. Accordingly, this sign language dictionary that have just been produced, we are going to use that to amend the curriculum from primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions. Accordingly, in our effort to create the necessary awareness about disability and inclusive development, today the National Commission, in partnership with professors drawn from different universities, we have been able to produce 5 different curriculums, and we are moving on for the proper bodies to approve this curriculum so that it will be implemented in our tertiary institutions, from polytechnics to colleges of education to universities and the National Institute for Policy and Strategy Studies. That NIPS in Kuru is a very, very important institution, and therefore we must infuse the learning of disability in these places so that the big people that keep going there, they must know what are their roles and responsibilities and how they can use their respective offices to touch the life of persons with disabilities. Nigeria must move forward. Nigeria must move forward. All of us, we must make Nigeria a country comfortable for every citizen, including persons with disability. The law is there already. Enforcement is on course. We are going each and everybody to carry the law for persons with disabilities at heart to make sure you make adjustment and make life comfortable for the less privileged.
Thank you so much. That is so enlightening. And it's like an eye-opener for all Nigerians, hearing what you are telling us now this evening. Now, what's the funding of the commission like? I recognize that no matter how beautiful your plans are, without the required funds, you may not be able to do much. Funding.
Thank you so very much. Yes, when you talk about funding, challenges there. Everywhere there is challenges of funding. But what is more important is the innovation that will come from a particular institution. It is not everything that is about money. We must do the best we can be able to do to move forward. This is where we must continue to appreciate the effort of the Supervisory Minister, Hajia Sadia Umar Farouk, for providing the necessary comfort for the institution to work. She is up and down doing everything possible. Every now and then she will keep calling to make sure that we have minimum challenges for us to be able to move forward and achieve the best we can be able to do. We will continue to thank our partners from the international community and those that are here. Some are coming with beautiful ideas. Some are coming with some funding support. The disability community continue to contribute their brilliant and beautiful ideas for for the success of this institution. As I can tell you, sometimes I will sit down in office like this. A lot of our people will come. They will come in to come and share their ideas of how we can move forward. And their ideas all have contributed a lot in what we are achieving today. Nobody can be an island. We must open our offices, our doors wider open, because we have very, very smart and intelligent persons with disabilities. Some of them have studied degrees, master's degrees outside of the country, and they keep coming in to troop in their ideas, how happy they are to see that their institution is touching life, and together we must move forward.
I truly believe from all you've told us that people with disabilities are very smart and intelligent indeed. Dr. Lalu, for you, what makes up disability inclusion, by the way?
Thank you so very much. When we talk about disability inclusion, sometimes when you hear people talking about economic inclusion or your inclusive economic policies, we are talking about inclusive disability issues. So disability inclusion of persons with disabilities in development simply means effective participation of persons with disabilities in the entire system. So when you are talking about development, you start from the planning stage, then you move on to implementation stage, and you move on to monitoring,